Today's episode of Chicago Bears Now is presented by Magic Spoon, childlike cereal for grown-ups because it's high in protein and has 0 grams of sugar. Get $5 off right now on your first order at magicspoon.com/bears. We'll tell you more about Magic Spoon later on in the show. Let's begin today's Bears Rumors Roundup. I am your host, Harrison Graham. Eddie Goldman, is he going to report to training camp? I'm going to upgrade this to 3 Smokin' Jays. I was kind of 50-50 before today, but a report, and I'll put like half air quotes on this one, Bill Zimmerman, who has been correct on plenty of stories in the past, but this isn't Adam Schefter or someone like that, so you always have to have a grain of salt, reported that he will show up at training camp. The plan is for Goldman to be there. Obviously, speculation was running rampant, including from myself, that we didn't really know what Eddie Goldman was going to do. He skipped OTAs, he was not present at minicamp, and he opted out last season for health issues due to COVID-19, so I certainly understand that. But I think it was more than reasonable to be at least a little bit skeptical, and I still am until I see him at training camp, but it's nice to see that he apparently will be present at training camp for the Chicago Bears. Here's the tweet from Bill Zimmerman. You can follow him at ZimmermanSXM, does some serious XM work, also works for Windy City Gridiron. I can confirm from a source very close to the situation that the Bears' Eddie Goldman will indeed be reporting to training camp on time. He will not be holding out or opting out of any of the recent rampant speculation that has suggested. Hopefully this is true, and I don't want you guys to think that I've hopped on the show and a goal of mine has been to lead you guys astray when it comes to Eddie Goldman. I've simply said we haven't seen or heard from the guy. What evidence do we have that he's going to be at training camp? Him deadlifting twice in a video from Activate 2 weeks ago? I mean, I just want to see the guy play football because we didn't see him play last year. So 3 Smokin' Jays, I feel pretty good about this report. I think he will be at training camp, which I anticipated him being there all along, but until he actually is there, we can't say for certain because we haven't seen or heard from the guy in almost 2 years. If you love the Bears, go ahead and like this video. Just hit that thumbs up icon on today's show. Hey, I'm looking for hundreds of likes on the show. If you love the Bears, if you love this team, all you got to do is like this video if you love the Chicago Bears. Obviously, if Goldman is there and if he's what he was prior to opting out last year, this D-line could be nasty. I love Akeem Hicks. Bilal Nichols took a step forward last year as well. You added Mike Pennell, who gives you some insurance and some run-stopping ability. Mario Edwards Jr. is a good player as well. Obviously, Goldman's not a huge stats guy, but he's a, hey, I'm going to eat up 2-3 blockers guy, and linebackers can run freely and stuff the run. That's what he does on this defense, and quite frankly, I think it was noticeable last year when he was not in the middle of this defense at that nose tackle position because he is an excellent run defender and holds his own as a pass rusher as well. So hopefully Eddie Goldman does report, and more than that, hopefully he's in shape and ready to go and still has a lot left to give. Still young, still under the age of 30. So Eddie Goldman reporting to camp. I'll raise it to 3 Smokin' Jays on this one. Feeling pretty good, but not yet 100% certain when it comes to him actually showing up. Better player this upcoming year. What do you guys think? Bilal Nichols broke out last year a little bit. Type EG for Eddie Goldman. Type BN for Bilal Nichols. I think both will be contributing players. Nichols played well last year. Goldman did not play at all last year. So keep those things factored in when you get your votes in. EG for Eddie Goldman, or you can type your BN for Bilal Nichols. We told you guys today's show is sponsored by Magic Spoon, and guys, I got to tell you, this cereal has absolutely changed my life because I had to give up cereal because my nutritionist was like, that late night cereal, those main brands, they're putting pounds on. And I was like, yeah, I know, I got to lose the weight. Well, you can keep eating cereal with Magic Spoon because it's 13 grams of protein and 0 sugar, and it's delicious. I personally am a huge fan of the cocoa cereal, which you see right here. 13 grams of protein, 4 net grams of carbs. That's it. No sugar. Tons of flavors available for you guys at magicspoon.com/bears. You can get that $5 off at that link. Also have a link in the comments and the description for you guys to get $5 off. Whatever your flavor is, there's 10, 12 flavors available for you guys. The peanut butter, the cocoa, the fruity, tons of different options available. Hey, you can get a 4-pack box of cereal as well, kind of a multi-pack, so you can figure out which flavors are your favorites. Go to magicspoon.com/bears. Oh, did I mention? Only 140 calories per serving. Perfect breakfast item, perfect afternoon snack. $5 off your first order when you use our link, magicspoon.com/bears. Also check the description and the comments. You can click and shop at a discounted rate today. Let's keep our Bears Rumors Roundup rolling here. Are the Bears leaving Soldier Field? I'm going to raise this one to 3 Smoking Jays. I've been at 2, but this story continues to get traction, and I think you folks that live in the Chicago and our area, in the city of Chicago, and are proud of it and want the Bears to stay in Chicago, I think there's reason to be concerned here because Arlington Park has been approved to accommodate a football stadium. The board out there voted on it, and they're good to go. They can build a stadium on that property that the Bears placed a bid on. Now, they have not secured the property yet. 10 groups, if you will, have placed a bid to get that race course track in Arlington Park, which is where the football stadium could be built if the Bears were to win the bid. Now, even if they win the bid, doesn't mean they will move out there, but it means that they've got the option to do so and that will seriously consider leaving Soldier Field because Soldier Field is just not in great shape these days, especially compared to other state-of-the-art stadiums. Things are happening fast. I mean, if you can't tell, the last couple of years, several years, even decades at this point, it's always been, the Bears, are they going to get a new stadium? Are they going to leave Chicago? Oh, it's never going to happen. Well, the Bears place a bid on a property. It gets approved to accommodate a brand new football stadium. And the city of Chicago hasn't exactly been that supportive on upgrading Soldier Field or building a new stadium within Chicago city limits. The mayor of Chicago, Lori Lightfoot, this was a larger part of the quote from last week that we discussed on this show. This announcement from the Bears comes in the midst of negotiations for improvements at Soldier Field. This is clearly a negotiating tactic that the Bears have used before. And like most Bears fans, we want the organization to focus on putting a winning team on the field, beating the Packers finally, and being relevant past October. Everything else is noise. It's actually not noise, Lori. This is a real story that could happen. The mayor of Arlington Heights, who has basically been neutral all along, played this smart, has said, I don't think this is a negotiating tactic. I do think the Bears are serious about this. It may not come to fruition, but I think they're seriously considering this. The city of Chicago isn't helping their own cause. If they're serious about keeping the Bears, they need to do one or two things. Be supportive in helping raise money to improve Soldier Field, or help the Bears franchise out in finding a new location within Chicago to build a new stadium, because current Soldier Field just isn't going to cut it. You're never going to get a Super Bowl in Chicago, which raises a bunch of money. And do you want to have the lowest capacity stadium in the NFL? This is Chicago. I've said it time and time again. This isn't the Tennessee Titans in Nashville. This isn't the Jaguars in Jacksonville. This isn't the freaking Cincinnati Bengals. They all have more stadium capacity than the Chicago Bears, who are a major market and one of the original franchises in the NFL. This story is not going away. We're going to keep talking about it here on Bears Now because I think it's more and more likely that at some point the Bears will leave Chicago and move to Arlington Heights. So what do you guys think? Will the Bears move out to the burbs? Type Y for yes, type N for no. I told you, I think it's 3 Smoking Jays. I think leaving Soldier Field is becoming more and more likely. Doesn't mean it's going to be announced today or even this year or even next year, but as momentum continues to happen, don't be surprised if they get moved to Arlington Heights. So type Y for yes, type N for no. Let us know on this one. Get subscribed to Chicago Bears Now. You see the link below, youtube.com/Bears Now, because we bring you the latest Chicago Bears news, rumors, and a whole lot more. We go live every Tuesday at 4 o'clock Eastern Time, 3 o'clock Central, and hey, football season is just around the corner. Watch party season, youtube.com/Bears Now. Don't miss any of our coverage here on Chicago Bears Now for the latest around the Bears. All right, let's keep it rolling. Nick Foles, is he getting screwed? This is laughable. Fake news on this one. Nick Foles is not getting screwed by being the team's third-string quarterback, which Matt Nagy made very, very clear during OTAs and minicamp. But Arkush of I'll put in air quotes, Bears Insider, that's the name of this blog, if you will, said that I think Nick Foles is being punished by the Bears, says that Andy Dalton and Foles should compete for QB1. And you know what I say? I say Foles struggled mightily last season. Was it all his fault? No, it wasn't. The O-line was bad. He had issues, but I don't think it was a coincidence that Mitchell Trubisky played much better as soon as he checked back into the starting lineup for Nick Foles. Sure, mobility helps, but hey, Nick Foles ain't mobile. That's just the way things go. Hub Arkush had this to say in his article: "We get the value and urgency of getting Fields as many quality reps as possible. Duh. But to give the team the best chance to compete, shouldn't Foles and Dalton be splitting the number 1 and 3 reps and let the best man win until Fields is ready? No! This makes no sense. You don't want to split the first team reps with 2 aging quarterbacks that aren't your future. You pick one, and then you give Fields all the number 2 reps. That's the way it goes. The minute Andy Dalton signed for $10 million, Foles was out of the picture. That's just how it went. And especially when Fields got drafted, it's like, all right, this guy's the future. Dalton is the short-term answer. Foles is the oddball out. I'm not saying he's a complete bum. I'm saying he didn't play well last year, and the Bears paid Andy Dalton. You're not going to split reps with 3 quarterbacks. There's just not enough practice time to go around. So Nick Foles is absolutely not getting screwed. You guys can let me know on this one. Type 1 for yes, type 2 for no. Do you believe that Nick Foles is getting screwed by the Bears? Absolutely not. This is a business. He's still making his money. It's not like he's not employed. He's just not getting those high-quality reps because he's not going to be the starter at the end of the day. And sure, there was a lot of factors around Nick Foles last year, but the numbers speak for themselves. This offense was brutal when he was in there. They couldn't run the football. They couldn't throw the football. He missed several deep throws downfield to guys like Darnell Mooney streaking open. And the TD to interception ratio is what it is. I'm not saying he sucks. I'm not saying he's not a good backup. I think he's a good backup to have. But, you already have 2 guys. If Andy Dalton wasn't on the roster, I'd be like, sure, Foles can start week 1, first couple of weeks until Fields is ready. No problem. But once you signed Dalton, that went away, especially when you paid Andy Dalton $10 million. I mean, that just goes back to, if you truly believe that Foles should get the chance to compete with Dalton, then you should have just never signed Dalton, which I think that's a fair argument, but you did sign Dalton, and you can't go back and change that. So this is fake news. He's not getting screwed. He's getting squeezed out, and that's how things go in the NFL. We're signing off here on Chicago Bears Now. Give me a follow on Twitter. It's at HGrabNFL. Nick Foles, he's still got the bag. Things will end fine for him.